Today we're going to talk about leadership training and why, if it's being done at a company, it fails more often than not. Every leadership training I've ever participated in when I was still working at the hospitals, and every leadership training that I have done at a facility or at a business hasn't really gone all that well. Now, it doesn't mean that people haven't participated in it, because they pretty much have to. They're sent there, they have to listen, they have to play along with the game, but it doesn't stick. I've talked to people over the years, and one of the things they hate is they hate leadership training. They also hate diversity training, but they hate leadership training and diversity training. And they say they never get anything out of it, and it's always the exact same thing. Well, that's not really what the problem is. That's what they think the problem is, but that's not what the problem is. The problem is the people who don't show up to leadership training are the people who are upper management, administration. Those folks never show up. In any of the leadership training I ever was in a hospital or that I conducted in a business or whatever, not a single upper management person ever showed up. And that's a bad sign, because if the people at the top don't show that they really care about leadership training or are interested in having good leaders, if they don't care, then no one else is going to care, and it holds no weight whatsoever. Think about it this way. Why would you send a manager for leadership training and have them learn this process from someone who doesn't work at the same company, and then they leave that and they go out and they recognize that upper management, whether it's the president, CEO, vice president, whatever those positions happen to be called, aren't doing any of the stuff that they just learned in training? And what if they start doing it, and then one of those upper level people say, oh no, I don't want you doing that, or you don't have that kind of authority? How does that really come across to someone who you just paid thousands of dollars to trying to educate everyone else into being better leaders? It just doesn't work out. Now, if I'm doing an independent training somewhere, or I'm doing individual coaching, that's a different story, because you're not necessarily expecting, CEOs and whoever to leave the business and come to something like that. It'd be nice if they did, but you're not really expecting it. But if it's in your location, you've got an auditorium or a big lunchroom or wherever, and you're the one who put it together, or you hired someone to put it together, then you need to show up. Even if it's only for one day, you need to show up, because sometimes these things last more than one day, but you just need to show up. If you don't show up, no one else is going to show up, and it's not going to get across. No one's really going to care. And that's a shame, because from my perspective, the dearth of good leadership is what makes companies fail. It just is. Without those people who know what to do, who know how to inspire their employees, who know how to teach their employees, who know how to honor their employees, if you don't know any of that stuff, then you're going to fail. It doesn't matter how technically good you are. If you can't work with other people, your business is going to fail. That's my take on it. If you're a person at the top, you need to join in on a leadership training. And by the way, this happened once. Don't lead the leadership training. I know that sounds like a good idea, but if you're not a trained person on how to train others, please don't do it. It just turns out to be a farce, and it just doesn't work out. Anyway, that's what I have for today. My name is Mitch Mitchell, talking about leadership. Let me know your thoughts. Take care.